This segment brought to you by Leupold, America's Sport Optics Authority.
Opening morning, we get back out there and have some of the people spotting in one spot, and Robert and Candy and I, we work our way down lower and spot from a different vantage point. We spot a pretty good bull a couple miles away. We decided to try to get over there for a better look. This year, New Mexico was a really dry year, a drought year that worse than they've had in a long time, and the antler growth on these animals were way down. We'd hunted the same area the year before, seen some really good bulls, and this year, seen a lot of bulls, but everything's 5 points. They're stubby, thick horns or whatever. I mean, the big bulls, just their antlers did not grow the way they normally do. It was really quite amazing. We get over there quite a bit closer and we spot a couple more bulls off to the left of us over there, and Candy decides to pass on those. She was very interested in this other bull. She had named him Pilgrim the night before. He just kind of had a funny horns on him. And
it's almost Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, it might have been almost Thanksgiving.
So I decided I wanted to go after this bull. And the main reason is he's not a monster by any means, but my exact words were, if the three of us can put the sneak on this bull in the terrain that we're going through, I'm going to shoot him.
We got him bedded down, and if we could get within and actually see him without busting him out of his bed was going to be a miracle. So we started the process, across this canyon and over up this hillside, and we had to get within 100 to 150 yards. We weren't sure before we could even see him, so it was a long, tedious, sneak along hike.
We haven't been able to see this bull for quite some time, so we've got to move right along, but we can't make a sound. We know that he can hear us. We're that close. And I think the last 200 yards, it seemed like it took us a half an hour to go. It was slow going. It was move, sit still, wait, make sure no rocks moved, and move again. With three of you, it was pretty tough. So we get to a place where there's not a lot of rocks, and Robert and I sit tight for a second and let Randy peer around a rock bluff to make sure that we haven't been spotted or blew him out with our noise. And Randy barely pokes his head up over the top of that rock, and he spots that bull. He motions us over, and there wasn't a lot of time to work. I mean, about that time, I think the bull, he didn't see us, but I think he heard us.
That bull did know something was up because he stood up out of his bed as soon as we started fiddling around there, and he spotted us, and so I knew Candy had to get with it, and she did.
I take aim, and boom, and pretty much it was all over because I couldn't see through the smoke after I shot.
We didn't get a lot of footage. There again, it's real. It's now or never type stuff. A couple miles away from we spotted him when we put the sneak on him and finally got up here. He shot this bull. It was with a smoke pole, muzzleloader. So she's one tough woman, I'll tell you that. We've got some major hiking to get out of here. But the lucky thing is we do have horses up top at camp, so that'll save us a little bit of packing. But we ain't got him yet, but I think she made a good hit. We're going to sneak over there and take a look. We're going to give it about 30 minutes and see what we can find. He was slightly angled towards us, and she made an absolute perfect shot. At first, it's like nothing even happened. I mean, he just kind of moseyed off. A lot of times they do that with a muzzleloader. I'm not sure why. And he went over out of sight, and we thought he was down. It seemed like a perfect shot. It was 125 yards, and I had all the faith in the world in her. I knew he was hit good. But we eased on up there and little ways, pulled out the binos and looked up there, and sure enough, you could see him laying there on the side of that hill. And Candy wanted this bull. She had worked hard for it, hiked her little feet off.
So we walk up on the bull, and I was so excited. I was so thankful. God gives us these animals to harvest, and to say that we respect and love them would be an understatement.
What you got there, lady?
I got my bull.
Not bad.
He's a pretty one.
She found her bull. He didn't go 50 yards after the shot. We waited a little bit of time just to make sure, but she was using a muzzleloader, about 125-yard shot.
The emotions that go through you are just overwhelming. So, and I had obviously my husband and one of our best friends with me, and there's no way to explain the feelings you have right then. So it was very emotional, but it was wonderful.
After he's down, camp is over the top of that mountain up there. The next day, Robert, we all help him get the animals loaded up, get the packs ready, and he takes off down across there, loads up the elk, and makes a round trip. Takes him most of the day to get over there and get them packed in and packed out.
So one of the great things about me getting my bull the first day is that we can tear down camp in New Mexico and head to Arizona for our next hunting camp. Have plenty of time to get groceries along the way because Thanksgiving dinner is the day before our next hunt starts. And what a feast we put together and what a camp we set up. Everybody takes part. Robert does his famous Dutch oven turkey. Peggy and Gail and I put together numerous pies to bake in the Dutch oven. We have a lot of fun, and everybody shows up a day early so we can spend Thanksgiving dinner together, and it's just a good time. Good family, good friends, good food, and getting ready to do some good hunting.
And remember to always follow us on Facebook and on Twitter
At Facebook/Extreme Desire TV.